Hello people, welcome to the Unfiltered News, the reality zone, where political correctness is not spoken here. The Unfiltered News. Let me line this up and get this going. I can't believe it's doing this to me. Alright. From May 4th through 10th, 2013. Here is what the cover-up is. It's the cover-up. The big bulge there. You know you've been lied to. We've always been lied to. What is it? 12/21. I'm tired. Okay, here we go. The first headlines that you may not have heard of. I'm so tired. U.S. Congressman Ann Wagner, who also was former U.S. ambassador, said that the order to stand down in Benghazi-style attack could only come from the President of the United States for May 10th. And it's true. I mean, the man who fell from the sky to the earth is here. That's what Obama means as far as the entire name. Washington, D.C. whistleblower Gregory Hicks testified at the Benghazi hearing and revealed that 2 military teams were ordered to stand down and refrain from rescuing Americans during the attack on the embassy in Benghazi. Seems right. Those attacks claimed the lives of 4 Americans. Hicks begins his testimony by saying, "I swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. I am here to honor that oath." Oath keepers. May 9th. And he came forward and he told him, "This is what's going to happen. This is what's coming down the pike. You'll lose America if you keep listening to abomination." Here's a video clip from the testimony, if you don't believe me what I'm saying. Let's continue. Eric Nostrom, the U.S. State Department's security officer at Tripoli, testified that the State Department knowingly hired local militia with extremist ties, supposedly to protect the American diplomats. Some of those, he said, lived inside the embassy compound and were complicit in the Benghazi attack. Think about the testimony, Hicks and Nostrom, for the moment, and then ask yourself, who are America's most dangerous enemies? Who are the most dangerous enemies? It's our government. That's why they're taking your guns away. That's why they're going to take everything away you own. That's why they're going to do this. Because these criminals are running it. CNS News, May 9th. The Missouri legislature bans Agenda 21. Good for them. After banning the enforcement of federal gun control laws in the state, the legislature passed a veto-proof bill to ban Agenda 21, which is a program sponsored by the UN, don't you know, that attacks property rights, under the guise of protecting the environment. Don't you know? New American, May 19th. And you'll be able to see all this stuff. All you have to do is go there and read their articles and stuff, and you'll understand. We're not America anymore. Oh no. We gotta stand up and take a front if you're not sleeping sheeple to combat this. Our word alone. The pen is mightier than the sword. Write your own articles. Do what you must do. We will defeat them without picking up a gun. Really, you can't do that. Both chambers of Missouri State Legislatures passed a bill with a huge veto majority. The bill nullifies unconstitutional federal gun laws, including those that impose special taxes, track ownership, or confiscate firearms. Missouri reserves the right to determine the constitutionality of such laws under the 10th Amendment. We're not waking up and smelling the coffee, the new ones that see this. TAC, May 9th. Watch it, and you go there and watch it, or see it, or read it. This is a video. Washington State. Toxic fumes, retardants in mattresses and furniture has caused an epidemic of hyperthyroidism in household cats and humans. There is a growing consumers movement to ban toxins, but so far the chemical lobby has blocked their efforts. Come on, May 9th. And you have to understand this. They're killing your cats. Your cats are sleeping on stuff that's been treated with this stuff. They have a limited lifetime. I have a cat. And everything we have is before that. So, my cat's safe. She's a very loving cat. Australia. A farmer who prepared his own lawsuit against the city of New South Wales for implementing CCTV cameras in public areas won his case for invasion of privacy. The court ruled cameras failed to reduce crime and had no other justifications. For May 9th. Just look at Boston. Their cameras and everything they had did nothing to stop the bombing, even though it was an exercise going on at that time. And you're not realizing this unless you're doing a research outside of MSM. I mean, Fox. I mean, Microsoft Broadcast System Network. I mean, all these frickers out there, CNN, Communist Network News. Oh man, you're not paying attention. You're not seeing what's coming down the pipe. U.S. Cody Wilson posted a computer program to the internet that directs a 3D printer to create a workable handgun. More than 100,000 downloads were made in the first few days. Then the website was shut down by the Defense Department on the claim that it violated international traffic in arms regulations. Sure. This is Freedom of Information Act. Don't you know? And the military walked in and said no. That means you have no freedoms. Don't you know? Washington Times, May 9th. Chinese filmmaker Zhang Yaiwu, I guess, I'm not sure how to pronounce Chinese words completely, by known as Zhang Yamura, is under investigation for fathering 7 children with 4 different women. This is in violation of China's population control policy. Yamura may end up paying $26 million in fines. He has an estimated worth of $145 million. They're even robbing their people there in China. AP 2012 or 13, May 9th. Look at our article of interest. U.S. 1/3 of honeybee colonies died last winter. The suspected killer is neonicotinoid pesticide, which has been banned in some countries because they are toxic to bees. They are not banned in the U.S., so it's plausible that another 1/3 of the colony will die off next year. 1/3 of all food depends on bee pollination. Can you spell phantom? You should. Wired, May 9th or 8th. This is 2012. 2013, May 12th. I'm just so tired. I worked hard today. Had a few beers. Now I'm trying to do this. Cholesterol has been mischaracterized as a villain. You know, cholesterol is part of the body's healing response to damage to artery walls caused by inflammation. Inflammation is the culprit. Fat-free diets, poor eating habits, prescription drugs, including statins, are far more dangerous than cholesterol. Comes from Natural News, May 8th. I take a regimen of vitamins. They're called well, let me walk over here and tell you this. I'm not going to let you get off free without knowing what's going on. I'm going to read this. So I have the natural vitamins from Nature's Plus, called the Source of Life Gold Tablets. The ultimate multivitamin supplement with concentrated whole foods. And that's what I take. And I'm better for it. It has greens in it. It has everything. They've taken vegetables and stuff and concentrated them and put them in your vitamins. U.S. Chief of the Air Force Sexual Assault Prevention Program was arrested for sexual battery. The Pentagon reported that cases of rape and sexual assault jumped from 19,000 in 2011 to 26,000 in 2012. This is Reuters, mate. Boston eyewitness says that police officer Richard Donahue was not shot by bombing suspect Zahar Tazama, as claimed by the official story, but was hit by friendly fire from other police. The police shot him. The video of the raid suggests that the brothers may have been trying to surrender, and they were. InfoWars, May 7th. There was video out there saying, we surrender, we surrender. You know, and it's just the way it is in the fascist America. The European Commission, using recent horse meat scandal as an excuse to propose that all gardeners and those who sell seed must register their product and that uncertified seed should be outlawed. Really? If that's not Monsanto poison, rat poison for the humans? This will decrease diversity, creating financial and paperwork burden for small farmers, favor large companies, Monsanto, the Monsanton, because their patented GMO seeds would be tracked at government expense and cause competing unregistered natural seeds to be outlawed. New American, May 7. Monsanto is evil. They're above the law. You know you can't sue them if you have a relative or yourself ill from their corn and stuff that you eat. It's human rat poison, I'm telling you. You're being killed slowly but efficiently by these people. Another article of interest to be kept. Pomegranate extract has shown to reduce artery plaque, arteriosclerosis, by 29%. It reduces heart disease, and inflammatory and antioxidant, and anti-inflective, and it lowers blood pressure. It's amazing what comes from nature. Activist post, May 7. Of course, you eat this stuff, you don't need to take their goddamn fucking medications. Excuse my French, but this is true. You don't have to go to a doctor or anything if you fucking take vitamins. You frickin', I'm gonna use the word frickin', take any type of natural cure. You don't need to go to your doctor. Make them realize that they're in the wrong profession. Make them realize they should be health professions and not them. I mean that by natural cure people. You can go out and pick this stuff out of the field. I mean, pennies, free. You don't need their help. What the hell are you going to these doctors, these witch doctors for, except to pay them off? You must be stupid if you do that. I'm probably preaching to the choir on my site because there's several people that keep coming back and seeing what I have to say, no matter how I say it. Okay. The head of the UN Commission investigating the Syrian civil war said there is no evidence that the President Assad used chemical weapons. He didn't. The contrary to the Commission found evidence backed by testimony of victims that the U.S.-backed rebels have used chemical weapons. Russian Today, May 6th. These mercenaries are doing all this stuff. And they're hired by England. They're hired by the U.S. These people are no more. I mean, you see them. They talk perfect English. They talk all. You just gotta do your research. And you'll wake up to their crimes. Video. Oklahoma, the FDA and FBI raided a clinic that uses Laetrile, another substance from nature to treat cancer. You know, apricot seeds. The feds confiscated the entire personal supply from a woman who was visiting a claimant whose life depends on this treatment. They justified the fact that Laetrile is not approved by the government. Don't you know? Layer 12 comes from apricot seeds. This is insane. Madness. News 016. Posted May 6th. You're not paying attention if you're not paying attention. For a full story of layer trail and the politics of cancer therapy, read World Without Cancer. It's on this side here if you don't know it yet. By G. Edward Griffin. Layer trail case histories by John Richardson, MD, and Patricia Griffin, RN. For even more information, see Layer Trail Bundle. You gotta check this out. They're trying to kill you. There is an eugenics population reduction. Have you not seen a story about, let's say of the Guidestones in Georgia, the Georgia Guidestones? You got to read that. You gotta go to YouTube and just put in Georgia Guidestones, and you'll know what they're after, what these elitists are after. They only want 500 million slaves. That's all they want. 500 million slaves. That's all they want. And no one can live after that. You're in trouble. You're not on their save me list. I'm telling you, this is what's going down the pike, and no one's paying attention to it. Obama tells the graduating class of Ohio State University to ignore and reject warnings of government tyranny. They're telling you, listen to the government. Believe. Like believe in the God in the sky. There is no God in the sky. He's inside you. If you don't know that, then you're lost. He said that these warnings suggest that our experiment in self-rule is somehow just a sham in which we can't be trusted. They're telling you you can't trust yourself. Your own personal God inside you. Archons run it all. Story leak, May 6th. Colorado House votes unanimously to nullify the unconstitutional federal ban against growing industrial hemp. Really? Hemp has over 25,000 uses and competes with petroleum as the base ingredient of many products, which is why hemp was banned in the first place. TAC, May 6th. Don't you understand? Hemp is the God-given plant to us. It is more. I'm starting to light up now. You notice how I was sluggish and slow. Now I'm getting mad. And it lights me up. And I start getting faster in this. Israel launched airstrikes against Syria. Why? Which were timed to coincide with ground attacks against Syria by U.S.-backed Syrian, what I'd call them. They're not rebels. God, I can't believe that they're putting these fucking idiots in there. They're not rebels. They're not rebels on their side. The irony of this is that the rebels are heavily populated with Al-Qaeda, CIA, jihadists, CIA, which the U.S. claimed to be fighting. InfoWars, May 6th. These are mercenaries. They're mercenaries. Backed mercenary rebels. They're mercenaries. They're paid off. When they're overcome, they run away because they can't spend their paychecks if they get killed. Oh, don't you see it yet? Are you still asleep? I'm not asleep. I've been awake for many, many years and know what this is. Star, I've been military. I know how they act. Star, meaning collectible. U.S. former counterterrorism FBI agent makes a shocking admission on CNN that the government records every single telephone call and email from every American with or without a warrant. Guardian, May 4th. They're just out there doing this stuff randomly. This doesn't mean that you're being recorded when you make your phone call. But if they have an interest in you, they will be monitoring your email and your telephone and everything else. It's not like they're doing everyone. They can't. It just doesn't happen. They can't listen to whatever the computer is recorded. Anyways, Afghanistan. President Karzai admitted receiving a small amount of money from the CIA each month, but the New York Times says tens of millions of dollars in cash were delivered in bags and suitcases. Karzai said the cash was used for health care and scholarships. He requested that the payments continue. Russian Today, May 4th. And remember, Unfiltered News doesn't put these on here unless they've done the research on Russian Today. So if you've seen it on here, it is true. I'm not lying to you. It's not just picking up the Russian television propaganda. JPMorgan is under investigation and probably will be sued by 8 different government agencies. They are charged with inflation energy prices in California and Michigan, manipulating the interest rates of LIBOR. You remember LIBOR? Run away with the bucks. Improper collection of credit card debt and more. Yet the executives continue to elude jail time. Why? These people should be tried and executed for treason. We suspect that the company's recent dumping of gold inventories and dumping of stock held by executives is a sign that the management plans to scuttle the company and declare bankruptcy now and walk away with the bucks. We shall see. Huffington Post, May 4th. Governor Brownback of Kansas has responded to U.S. Attorney General Eric Holmes' assertion that it is unconstitutional for the state to defy the federal government's gun control laws. Brownback replied that it was merely an opinion of the Obama administration. That express such an opinion does not necessarily make it so. So you can carry guns on you. It's not against the law except to the criminals in Washington District of Criminals. TAC, May 4th. Kansas to Holder. We're not backing down. And he's now saying, after U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder claimed that Kansas' Second Amendment Protection Act was unconstitutional, Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach responded saying that Holder's understanding of the Constitution is incorrect and that the federal government is outside of its interstate commerce jurisdiction when it attempts to regulate guns. And they are. They're 10-mile area trying to control the entire country. I'm sorry. The states have maximum control over their states. Kobach says that he will happily meet with Holder in court if he wants to. I guess he won't, because Holder's ready to go to jail anyways for the fast and furious nonsense that he started. TAC posted May 4th. U.S. Guantanamo Bay Prison in Cuba spends nearly $900,000 per year for each prisoner. You know why we're in debt? Because we got a bunch of sheep herders in prison right now. You gotta remember, when they went over there with a big bundle of cash on pallets of it, billions of dollars, they went over there looking for people that knew whoever, and they paid off these people. Remember, these people they paid off would say that my neighbor makes nuclear bombs. I mean, you don't understand what's going on here. And these people paid them off and everything to get their neighbor. Maybe it was a baker across the street in a mall area over there. And he made bread cheaper. And this guy was making bread for a certain price, and you just don't understand. They sit there and turn this guy in, saying, yeah, he's in connection with them over there at that bakery across the street from mine, and he's the evil one, and you must go get him. He's working with Al Qaeda. And they went and grabbed these people up and put them in Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay, that's where they put them at. And now that guy's making buku bucks because he's the only bakery in town. Don't you know what's going on with this? Reuters, May 4th. You're not paying attention. Here's the analysis just for this week. This is a short analysis. Video. John Strassel reviews a list of top 5 states for economic and personal freedom. Jobs follow freedom and people follow jobs. That's caused people to leave states with low levels of freedom and migrate to states with higher levels of freedom. And migrate states to that era. Here is the list. Find out where you can go to be freer. I'm telling you, Ohio's not that great of a place yet. Here's a great photo. Little chick on top of her mother. Here's the humor. Here's the how to identify airlines by paint scheme. I mean, you got all this stuff you can learn. All you have to do is go here. I have a link of this at the bottom of the video on YouTube, and you too can figure out all this stuff and wake up. Wake up. All I tell you to do is wake up. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I mean, I'm sorry I'm late on my video on this as a commentator. But, you know, things happen. Work is there. Late time. Punching and making a living and trying to pay attention at the same time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend and enjoy yourself. This is Spellbinder saying be good, or be good at it, or be better, and don't let the government put you down. Good day.